missed trying to field that one. As it skips through the end zone, it'll be a touchback. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They'll give it to Hardy. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They don't need a bunch on second down. Just feeds the running back. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Got it, looking for a first. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. So Missouri will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Not a lot of room to field this one. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Offense working from the pistol. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Man, that D-tackle has an explosive first step. He shot right out of his stance. He was in the backfield, and he was able to make the tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They give it to him again. Can't get him to the ground. He's past the sticks. Maybe some room here. That defense got gas, but they finally get it to the turf at the 37. And the Gators, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Here's Holstein to throw. That's caught. It's Gibson. Really good surge for this offense. They run the chains, and he's got it at 34. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. On the delay, it's Gibson. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the ball. Just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Wants to He'll take a shot. Makes a catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator.
This offense needed a big play, and that is the guy that they need to go to help create a spark on offense. Awesome job.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They've got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
2nd and long here. Looking to throw, and they need a bunch. Fires to the wideout. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Run inside. It's Hardy. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy. He's able to get the tackle for loss.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Between the hashes, it's Hoffman. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down, then up on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. This is a design run. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short?
And listen, we know this QB wants to take all of them down. No time, gotta make a play. Defense locked in, dialed in, got to him, got him on the ground, didn't let him get to the sticks.
Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Racing down the left side. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Missouri! Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the return on the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake.
Oh, there's an scrimmage, he had been running wild.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. They put the brakes on it.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
This defense didn't hang its head. They stood tall after the big play, 3rd and goal coming. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Here we go on 4th and goal, ground to cover. Making the adjustment. Holstein to throw for it on 4th. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here's a give to Hardy. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the corners of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd down, here's Hardy.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own. Unfortunately, ended up losing yards.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. And the return will be brought down. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Handoff for Jerry. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the ball.
Makes the catch and he's free. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Down to the 26-yard line and a 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Jaden Ball. Shows him to still on. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's 1st down. They'll give it to him again. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and beating blocks, beating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their 1st. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and long coming up. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. In the gun on 3rd down. Here's Holstein. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The option, he'll keep it. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play?
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Got it behind the line. It's Roberts. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down line. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. They'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now staring at a third and short from the 40. He breaks a tackle. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He lost one down the sideline. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Catch in the middle, it's Hoffman. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Now the Tigers will spend their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. They'll move the tight end. Drops back on first down. Fires to the middle. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off the left side, it's Hardy. Turning it on. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye of that bull Gator head, let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. Let's start with the Temple Owls taking on the Navy Midshipmen. And it's Temple who have the lead in the first half in a battle of two teams.
Oh, what vision!
Kick back to the house. Great blocking and an awesome job in the open field, making people miss and showing you the speed on that return. Wow.
And he tacks on the extra point. Out of the end zone. Across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half.
next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And finally, we see a nice gain. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Long way to go on second down. They'll go to the air. He is sacked right behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. And you've got to protect your good. Listen, this offense is not playing great. You've got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
After that sack, the offensive line better get its stuff together. Stuff, you know what I mean by stuff. Third down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work.
Got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the runs.
And I don't think you can concern or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Here's Gibson one more time. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll pick up enough yards for the first down. They got it at the 30.
Third down and 2. You know it's time to get physical. And this unit paves the way, Jesse, and gets the big first down.
And this backs up such a punch, too, doesn't he? As soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it and picked up a huge chunk of yards.
Holstein fires quickly. Makes the grab and down immediately. Picks up the field.
This quarterback right now is in his move. He's doing a nice job in every snap. He's reading the coverage and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Drag down.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
From the gun on third down, Holstein makes the grab. They've got enough for the first down. They're in the red zone at the 20. The Gators racing to the line in the hurry up. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Finds his man. And he goes down right there. A solid pickup. That'll be a first down. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Throwing, Holstein. Here comes the heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Tigers. Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. The scoop and score, what a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive. time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Quick catch. Got room at the 35. Ripping off a floating good chunk of yardage and got out to the 41 with the first down.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man, someone who gets picked, you can't keep up with your receiver. You just put it out nicely in front of them. They're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation.
The Gators have it for the first and 10.
How about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
He's going to fire deep. They grab the lead here in the second half.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages. The quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the third. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out. If they're going to cut into this deficit, let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. This time they'll throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're putting their ears back, they're coming after the quarterback, and you really struggle protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
This crowd on hand trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up.
Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. The holding penalty pushes them back. It's first and 20. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. And the Tigers want to move quickly. Second The play fake. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And that's a play on third down. This offense...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Needs it here on fourth down. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense. So it's okay to be aggressive, but I know one thing now. After that fourth down stop, and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the fourth quarter to give me the football back.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Makes the tackle.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range with that home to pick up the first. He's stopped, and he's got enough to move the chain.
And the offense can run the football.
They've got a first down here. Nice start has been to this season. You've got a great game here. Close ball game in the fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Now they're going to throw it. Out wide, it's ball. Back to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators. And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
After that incompletion on third down, you're not quite in panic mode yet on offense, but the sense of urgency is really ratcheting up because you're down.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Got to make the play on fourth. Unloads to the wideout. Drop the football and turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Eli Holstein to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Abrams. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it. They're short of first down. And the Gators will hustle for the line. Back to pass, it's Holstein.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Lost the throw on first. Just gets rid of that one.
And it's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And he gets rid of it.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Takes a hit as he fires. Picked off. What a way to set him up. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34. This offense has it with really good field position. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Here's Holstein to throw. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. To throw, it's Holstein. Going for 6. Touchdown, Gator! And the beatdown has ensued. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Rashad Downs going up top. Stands in and takes the hit. Brings it in down the left side. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel. Gets nailed, but is able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. If guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels. Now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
Rolls right, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
Well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the fourth quarter.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. The snap sets up the throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting an onside kick. Got their hands team on the field, ready to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Holstein. In traffic, it's Abrams. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Almost took it all the way there. It's a huge gain, and they're set up for the first and goal. The Gators want to crank the tempo. Back to throw, it's Holstein. Touchdown, Florida! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Fresh center downs going to the air. Holds on, it's Terry. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Selling the fake. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down to the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them and absolutely dominating.